The series begins with Wang, the gorgeous tour guide. She was taking a group of tourists to a huge mall, and instructed them to feel free to do whatever they want. Just before finishing her speech, Wang noticed that Zhang was late. She even entered the place with much noise that bothered Wang and the whole group. After finishing her speech, Wang went to Zhang to talk to her. She blamed Zhang for being late and not taking care of her look, as any tour guide should look, smell and behave nicely. Zhang was so shy after hearing these comments about her look, so she went out of the place to get some fresh air. Only before someone crashed into her. That made Zhang feel even more invisible. Zhang took an elevator to get back to her place. Then she saw an advertisement about a place called Ludy Duty. It's a beauty salon that would make any girl so gorgeous. Zhang was so interested in it cause no one ever thought she was pretty. Even kids cry when they see her saying she isn't a pretty woman. Zhang was walking out of this elevator. Then suddenly a handsome guy crashed into her once again. But this time he was so nice. He even offered to take Zhang to any hospital. Zhang, who wasn't familiar with this kindness, denied the offer saying she is fine. The guy offered her to participate in a competition named Secret Queen Makers, but Zhang said she isn't that pretty to participate in it. Later, Zhang found out that she had messed her bag with a handsome guy. So she went back looking for him. For her surprise, Zhang saw that guy walking through the wall. She didn't believe what she saw, so she tried to walk through the wall to find herself literally walking through it. Zhang, not believing what just happened, tried to figure things out. She found the competition coupon on the floor, so she took it and went for a tour inside this strange building. Zhang heard some noise coming out of a glass crystal, but once she touched it, the crystal fell to the ground in pieces. Zhang tried to fix it up, but that was so late. Suddenly Changsong went to her place asking her what she was doing in such a place, and how could she enter. Zhang didn't know what to say. She said she was about to leave. But Chansong repeated his questions, again this time with a serious face. He even asked Zhang if she is a human being. Zhang was afraid of him, so she started to run towards the elevator. She asked herself, what is the meaning of this question? How could she not be a human? Once she opened the elevator door, she was shocked as Chansong was in there. Zhang started to run away, not knowing where to hide. Finally, after a while, Zhang knew she couldn't hide from Chansong. So she asked him why he was chasing her, and if it's all about the broken crystal, she will get him another one. Chansong was making fun of her, saying she still didn't know why she is here. Finally, Zhang knew that Chansong is from the afterlife. She asked him to make sure if she is the one who should go with him, cause guys from afterlife might make silly mistakes. Chansong didn't like what she was saying. He blamed everything on the ignorant humans who always thinks they are better than anyone. Finally, Chansong said he is the beauty angel. Zhang couldn't understand anything, and why would a beauty angel meet her? Chansong then took her to a mirror to look at herself, but Zhang didn't wanna look at herself as she doesn't like mirrors. Zhang remembered when she was young, looking in the mirror. She then became confident and tried a dress on, then started to dance, only to fall to the ground later, and the whole class was laughing at her, making fun of her trying to dance. Chansong then told Zhang not to think much about memories, and try to focus on a wish, only one wish he can help her to achieve. Chansong then took her to a perfume shop where each perfume can make a dream come true. Of course, Zhang wanted to get back to the living world again, but Chansong frustrated her, saying that particular perfume was in the broken crystal, so now she has to get herself a different wish. It would take 100 years to recreate that perfume. Chansong then told Zhang he has to leave and asked her to believe in the afterlife. Just after that, Zhang found herself sitting in the middle of the mall, with Wang shouting at her. Zhang was so confused. She didn't know if all of this was just a dream, but she could smell Chansong perfume, and that was an evidence that it wasn't a dream. Zhang then went to the same wall she used the last time, and she could walk through it again. Zhang was still looking for anyone to help her, till she finally met a new guy who also asked her how she got in this place. He was a little bit aggressive, not like Chansong. He knew that Zhang was here once before and refused to shake her hands. According to his plus 1,000 years working there, he knew that Zhang wanted him to change her, and that was enough for him to know. Zhang then asked him about the handsome guy who has a suitcase just like hers. So he told her to go check the luggage department. Jong went through an old and scary stairs till she found this department, where she started to look for her suitcase without any help as there weren't enough workers. The place was so ancient and full of dust, but Jong wanted her suitcase back so badly, but she ended up covered by dust and dirt, so she went to clean herself. Jong even tried new clothes, but they weren't that good. She wanted to get her clothes back, but when she opened the door, she got a memory from her high school, when she found a note signed by her classmate Anne, who asked her out after the school. Of course, Jong was so happy, as no one ever asked her out before. Later in the garden, she met Anne, who asked Jong to date him as he thinks she is pretty. Jong accepted his offer immediately. She was so happy. Just before she knew it was all a prank. Jong was so sad she started to cry in the middle of the garden, not knowing why everyone is so mean to her. Jong then went back to the luggage department. She asked the angel there why would he let her meet these memories. He didn't give her a clear answer. Instead, he offered to give her the change she always dreamed of. First of all, she had to take off her glasses. Then Lee the angel did his job. After finishing, Jong didn't believe that new change. For the first time, she saw herself as a pretty girl. But just before thanking Lee, he was disappeared and she couldn't find him anyway. So she went to the reception office where she met him the first time, but he wasn't there either. Suddenly the alarm went on and 2 guards pointed at Jong. Then they started to chase her. So Jong started to run too, till she finally found a new guy blocking her way out. This guy was Huang. Huang then locked Jong inside an investigation room. She tried her best to get out of it, but she couldn't. Then Huang entered the room asking her to stop that noise. He then started the investigations, asking for her personal information. Jong didn't know why she would be investigated. The only thing that came to her mind was breaking the crystal. Jong was so afraid of getting punished. She might get imprisoned for the rest of her life, or even worse, they might kill her. So Jong told Huang that she will do whatever he want. She would do anything to pay for the broken crystal. But Jong was surprised when Huang asked her about the stolen jewels. Jong couldn't relate. What jewels and why would she be a suspect, as she never saw these jewels anywhere? So Huang took her to the crime scene, where the criminal entered while the CCTV cameras were under maintenance, so they didn't know who exactly stolen them. Huang was so sure that Jong did it. She came to this place more than once and she was walking freely, so it must be her. But Jong said that he had no clue it was her. No photos, no videos, literally nothing, so why would it be her? Huang then asked them to bring him her suitcase. Jong tried to tell him it's not even her suitcase, but that made her look like a real thief. Out of nowhere, a worker said that he saw Jong stealing these jewels. That was enough for Huang to punish Jong. The worker was so sure he saw her with his own eyes. Then he started to tell them what he saw. 5 days ago he was trying to find a ring for his girlfriend. Then he saw Jong stealing the jewels while no one was watching. Jong laughed at what he said, as it's impossible for her to steal, and she never went to the jewels shop nor see this guy. The last step of the investigation was to open the suitcase, even if she wasn't hers. But Huang couldn't open it, as he said it's their master's suitcase. The guy then confessed that he was the thief, and they took him for punishment. Huang then thanked Jong for helping him find the real thief. He told her that he likes her so much, but she couldn't believe him, and that wasn't even enough, as he isn't a human in the first place. But Huang was so in love with her, he even gave her a necklace as a gift and asked her to take care of it. Later, Jong went back to the living world. Wang was still making fun of her, saying she is ugly. Jong hated it, but she said it was the truth, and what happened behind these walls is just a dream. She was about to throw the necklace away, but then Huang showed out of nowhere and held her hands. He told Jing that he need her. Jong refused to join Huang, as she know now that she will live as an ugly girl, and all what she did in this weird place won't change that fact. But Huang insisted to take her with him. While they were walking through the wall, Wang saw them. She couldn't believe what she just saw. Jong, who still can't believe what was going on, asked Huang about what really happened and why would he bring her back. Huang didn't answer, and they both were hiding when they tried to run away. Zhang dropped her shoes so she tried to get out back. That's when a group of guards tried to arrest Zhang. But Hu Wang managed to save her. Zhang wanted to know who these guys are. So Hu Wang started to explain everything. These are the evil angels. They shouldn't break through the wall. But this only happened cause Zhang didn't trust beauty angels. And every time she won't believe in them, another piece of the wall will be broken, till those evil angels control the whole place. Hu Wang then wanted to get Zhang a shoe, instead of the one she lost. But she said that her feet is too ugly to get any of these shoes. Again, she didn't believe in them, so there was another evil attack. Hu Wang then decided to check it himself, and asked Zhang to stay there and he will protect her. Zhang didn't want to stay there waiting for the Hu Wang, so she went to help him, only to get herself in a trouble with the evil guards. But before they could get her, Hu Wang showed up and saved the day. But then, they were locked up behind the door, and Hu Wang couldn't open it. But Zhang noticed that the lock matches her necklace, so she opened the door. Now they had a new mission to open the suitcase, however none of them know the password. Zhang then started to guess it based on the letters of her coupon. Then she could open the suitcase easily. But Zhang found herself in a beauty competition. She was really embarrassed and didn't know what to do. Zhang couldn't talk and Wang, as usual, started to make fun of her. They even showed pictures of Zhang without makeup, and everybody started to laugh at her. Zhang then wanted to escape, but she fell to the ground. She was so embarrassed, and asked them not to take any photos of her. Lucky for her, it was just a dream, and Zhang found herself in a bus, and she has to get ready as the tourists are almost there. Zhang was so confused as everything now seemed as a dream. Zhang then saw a message confirm her attendance to the beauty competition. It was Wang's idea to help Zhang, but Zhang didn't like this idea. After the last dream, she didn't want to participate in anything related to beauty. After a deep thought, Zhang decided to participate, as she is now more confident than ever. She started to put on some makeup, then got her formal dress for the competition. Later, while she was walking, Zhang saw Li, or as they used to call the master. Now she knows that everything was true, and that wasn't just a dream. She told Li about her journey beyond the walls, and named everybody she met. Li then asked her to join the competition and not to be late. Before leaving, Li gave Zhang a necklace and asked her to be confident cause she is the prettiest girl in the whole country. Zhang then entered the competition room. Everyone was so impressed by her gorgeous look. Even Wang was only staring, not believing this is Zhang. Wang then fell to the ground and everybody started to laugh at her. They all made fun of her till she left the place. Zhang decided to be nice to her and asked Wang if she needed to see a doctor, but Wang denied her offer and asked Zhang to stay away. Zhang couldn't understand why would Wang hate her that much, so Wang told her that she is prettier and now everybody will take care of Zhang and they all will forget about her. It was so obvious that Wang is so jealous, but Zhang said that they are both pretty and there is no need to be rude. Zhang then took Wang with her to make sure she was fine, and that would be the beginning of their friendship. The next day, Zhang became the main tour guide. She was so famous and everyone was asking about her makeup routine and how they could be like her. After going to the mall, Zhang told the tourists about the competition they could participate. Zhang then saw a girl that had zero confidence in herself. She reminds her of when she was lost. So Zhang gave the girl the competition coupon and asked her to pay that place a visit, and her whole life would change. Later, Zhang was trying to get herself a new bag that fits her look. She then noticed that the manager is staring at her, but she didn't give him any attention. It turned out that this guy is Shijan, and he is the one Zhang crashed into and switched the suitcases. It wasn't Li, the master, or anything. It was Shijan. Shijan was Zhang's classmate long ago. He told Zhang about his feelings to her, and how much he loved her back in school. Zhang was so happy she finally met someone who really loved her. She also knew that the master is the one who helped her find him, so she was so thankful. On the other hand, the unconfident girl was walking in the mall looking at the coupon, till she finally could see the suitcase walking through the wall. So she did the same, and here we go again. The beauty angels will take care of her. The end.